So I want to discuss Ian Rapoport, who went today on the Pat McAfee show, as he does lots of different times throughout the week. And he discussed the current free agent wide receivers, some of the biggest ones. We have, Julio Jones, Jarvis, Landry, Odell Beckham Jr. as well. And he had some thoughts about these receivers in the Packers. So I'm just going to come in here real fast, read this quote, and then we can discuss. So he says this: I think the Packers are going to be involved in this market, and this is actually a great market for them because let's say you're Jarvis Landry, or maybe even better for the Packers, let's say you're Julio Jones, and you're not going to get 15 mil. You're probably not going to get 10 mil. The Packers will be one of the teams you want to join where maybe you make 3 mil with some incentives, but you know you got a chance to make a Super Bowl. That actually is attractive. So we got Odell, who obviously had interest from the Packers last time. You have Julio, who I would imagine would get some interest from there. Landry, who I don't know has gotten interest from the Packers, but all those guys would make sense for Green Bay, who I would say might add another receiver at some point. So there's nothing really concrete here. It sort of seems like Rapoport just sort of has some ideas, and he thinks the Packers could add a wide receiver at some point, which when you look at them now, I don't think they necessarily need to. We added Sammy Watkins. We drafted 3 wide receivers, Christian Watson, who's going to be a beast, Romeo Doubs, who I think could produce somewhat quickly, and then also Samurai Toure, interesting name, but I'm getting better at saying it. So I don't think the Packers need to, but if you're going to come in and, you have a shot at getting one of these guys for a cheap contract, I think if they would accept a team-friendly deal, why not bring in an Odell, a Julio, a Jarvis Landry, guys who are a little bit older in age. As he said, probably now at this point, when you look at them, they're probably not going to get some crazy, massive deals. I feel like Odell will get a big one, honestly, but it looks like he may not be back until Thanksgiving, potentially, so you'd have to be sort of waiting it out there. But I think when you look at this Packers roster, you have Sammy Watkins, who's pretty, injury prone. Hopefully that's not the case this year, but he has been injury prone in the past. And then we have some, rookie receivers who hopefully they come in and dominate, but I think there is some uncertainty there. So I wouldn't be opposed if the Packers came in, get a veteran guy they know they can get production from, and then if Sammy Watkins gets injured, you have another guy who could potentially come in. So better to have 2 injury prone guys than 1, I guess, because then if one gets injured, hopefully the other one's healthy. So maybe if you have 2 injury-prone guys like Sammy Watkins, Julio Jones, maybe they balance each other out. And if you're paying them both, not too much money, I mean, why not? Like, why not bring in Julio, pay him $3 or $4 million as well, and then you have Sammy Watkins and Julio Jones for like $8 million, which I think isn't that bad of a scenario. And I never think you can have enough weapons. So the only thing is, if this were to happen, is like who is going to get cut from this Packers wide receiver room if they do bring in another guy? Because even right now, without adding a receiver, if we look at the receivers right now, Sammy Watkins, Allen Lazard, Randall Cobb, Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, Amari Rogers, Samurai Toure, Malik Taylor, Juwan Winfrey. So right now, that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 receivers. I'm probably missing one. That's a lot of receivers. So typically, a team would keep 6 or 7 wide receivers. So I'd say we probably keep Watkins, Lazard, Cobb, Watson, Romeo Doubs, Amari Rogers, and then those 6 I say for sure. That's my educated guess. That's my educated guess, and then maybe we keep Toure as well if they want to keep the 7th rounder there. And then you have Malik Taylor, who played good at times, especially last preseason. So then if you add another receiver to that room, I mean, do the Packers keep 7 receivers? I guess that's possible, but you're going to cut some pretty good guys. But I guess I'd rather have an Odell on the roster than one of those guys who are, I say, lower on the roster. But it is interesting to think, now that there are some potential deals that could be had on these guys, now that they have lasted this long, I wouldn't be opposed to the Packers do it. I sort of feel like they'll wait till the season, sort of see what's going on, see what positions maybe there are more injuries on this team. Like last year, we see Jair go down, they come in, decide to assign, Rasul Douglas to a insanely great deal when we look back in hindsight. So I sort of feel like the Packers will go down that route. But if tomorrow I got a notification that said like Packers signed Julio or Packers signed Jarvis or Packers signed Odell, I'll be very, very excited. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if it's going to happen. They may add one more receiver. I think it could make sense. They don't need to. I think they're completely fine without one. But hey, more weapons, the better. If you guys want to see the rest of the NFL content I don't post on this channel, I have a video right here that's currently sitting here. It's about 7 NFL trades that should happen. I reacted to this article from Bleacher Report, so if you want to see that, feel free to check it out. I'm planning to start posting more on this second channel here, so if you want to not miss that content, feel free to click that video, subscribe on that channel, and if you haven't subscribed on this channel, feel free to do that as well. But those are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments down below. But thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I will see you guys next time.